Hello, hello. Yes. Although I'm not that familiar with the character. But they're green, which is why I got them. I do like them. But I didn't play a ton of Street Fighter growing up. I mostly just played a demo forever. Classic. Anyway. Sorry. I think my water's gonna boil soon. But I don't know. It sounds pretty loud, which usually means it's pretty close. You know, once it starts screaming and all the air bubbles escape. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. We made a list of stuff we're missing. That's actually pretty smart. You think his entire shtick is that he's from Brazil? Is that a is that a shtick? This is our Brazilian fighter. And that's it. I like it. It's simple. Also, I need to grab tea. I'm far away, so I'll be really quiet. I forgot to say that before I left. Maybe I should maybe I should set the tea kettle directly over. Yeah, maybe I should set my tea kettle directly over my computer, then I don't have to get up. That would be safe, right? Everybody loves having a boiling pot of water right on their computer. No, the tea's ready. I'm back at the mic now. If I'm still quiet, then it's something else. Maybe my mic's not high enough. If it looks really low, but I don't know why. Am I quiet? Water, more like water heating, I think. Unless, hear me out. What if I use the water from the PC to heat my tea? Now we're talking. Didn't Linus? He didn't do exactly that, but I'm pretty sure there is a Linus Tech Tips thing where he did water cooling with his pool water. No, not the pool water, but like, you know, a heat exchanger between his computer and his pool or something like that. Water from Australia? There's water from what? Is it really warm water down there? Is that what that's implying? Smelting lanes and plastic for filling rocket shipments. We also need conveyors. Red belts. Why would I write red conveyors? Nobody calls them that. Okay. So I think we need enough boilers that they should probably be automated. Not exactly. It's upside down, so that means the water heating because it's opposite. Is that it? I feel like that's a stretch. Also, where should I make boilers? Probably here, right? No. Yeah, I could do that. Just kind of place one off to the side. That's not what I meant to make there. That's supposed to be furnaces. Okay. And then I don't know if that's faster or not. The alternative is make it down here. It depends how early I need it, I guess. If I want it pretty early, this is a good spot. Well, I say it's a good spot. I don't really have a way to get pipes out to this. So I would have to ship this. I guess that can go over. Is there room next to Blue Science? Is there stone next to Blue Science? The main thing is where we get the stone. But I can just like put it there. Actually, no, it should go like here. I think it should use a long inserter. Yeah, okay. That seems reasonable to me. Yeah, we can we get a lot of boilers to like get us started. We need them automated at, well, we don't necessarily need them automated at any point, do we? Also, how many steel furnaces do we have? We're only doing 200, so that's 200 boilers. Which is, how much is 200 boilers? That's like almost 500 watts, right? Okay, so yeah, that probably is fine. Oh wait, no, that is that the right amount of furnaces? Yeah, I guess most of these would have been stone. Well, okay, some of these are never stone, but probably about a 200 of those are stone. So we'll probably be fine, yeah. We can just throw down an assembler. There's no reason to send this across. We can also have a chest that just is buffering furnaces slowly throughout the entire run. So we have lots of options. Okay, so boilers are done. Substations. So substations are red chips, steel, and copper wire. Which we technically have here. Okay, well, if this is looking like this, then I should just move it over. So we are in the wrong mode. So we are ghosting things instead of doing what we meant to do. Maybe something like this. And then this will give us substations. We only really need like 50 or something. I haven't counted. It depends what our full gore ends up looking like, but I think we only need like 50. Now the problem with this is this wire only really reaches us. It takes a while for this to reach us, right? Let's limit this to 2 stacks though, because I think this is mostly going to be wire limited. But because it's so deprioritized with the wire, I think if we want to make that work, we'll need to do prods plus speeds to give us just a little bit more wire for free, or we can do yellow assemblers with prods. But either way, we'll need something to increase the speed of wire production, so that way we get a little bit more. Somehow we're not getting plastic. Petroleum is not working. Okay, so we keep having issues with the sushi fluid. Now, it's a pretty easy fix. But we can have a tank and a pump going into it, so that way we only bring in a small amount of fresh inputs. That would definitely fix it, I think. So if we did, let's leave it unconnected for now. Yeah, if we just have these here, we should be good. And then we do a pump connected to this, set to... we can actually copy this pump logic. Anything greater than 20, except we swap that. Interesting. Oh, wait, does anything less than 20... That doesn't work if there's nothing in it. Okay, well then never mind. We don't gain anything by copying that. But yeah, it's simple enough. This gives us a backup. Everything? Does that work? Does that work with 0? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so if we're doing that, that means everything should work on here too. And now it's something we can copy. Okay. Everything defaults to on when no signal is found. Perfect. Anything defaults to off. That is good to know. I don't know if I'll remember that, but that is good. That feels like very useful information. Hopefully I can remember that after I fail a few times. I'll get there eventually, right? That's the important thing. Also, how's our rocket fuel production? Rocket fuel, we are producing not a lot at all. For some reason, what is the bottleneck? Do we not produce enough light oil? I don't think we produce enough light oil. It's stated in the text of the signals. There's text in the signals. Whoa, there's hover text. That's cool. I didn't know there was hover text. I've never left my mouse over it long enough to actually read it. I just click it. Neat. Who would have thought that reading helps? Okay, technically this can produce 2 science per second, but... or 2 rocket fuel per second. I think we're close. Let's see, this says it produces 220. This produces 207. Okay, so it is pretty close. If we do... we could module these. We can module our rocket fuel. Actually, which part of rocket fuel can you module? All of it, okay. So that's an option. That's definitely an option to just module and speed module the... well, mostly prod module. Yeah, so 2 prod modules. That gives us 8% more. That bumps us over the hurdle. We can also, theoretically, get more of these. However, they have to be the exact same speed for this to work. So I need to make sure I don't accidentally double drop. But this does give us more fluid. Now that this is set up properly, with that extra pump, we can actually set this to the value it was supposed to have. Which is... no, it is supposed to be 80%. No, it's working. Okay, it just takes a little to fill the internal buffers. I think this is fine, though. It doesn't run perfectly, but it definitely runs better. I guess that's what the buffer chests are for, to make it that when it's a little inconsistent, it still works. How much light oil does this use? 220. Okay, so not even close to using the full pump. I think that's good enough. We don't actually need a ton of rocket fuel, because we don't ship it any... we do ship it anywhere, but we don't ship it to that many places. I think we ship it to Vulcanus, and that's it. Actually, wait. No, Vulcanus is producing its own rocket fuel now. Gleba's producing its own rocket fuel. Forgora's producing its own rocket fuel. Aquilo does not. Okay, so we only need to ship it to Aquilo. And we only need, like, 3 shipments off of Aquilo. Sorry, no, at least 3. Probably 4 shipments for the railgun. 5 shipments if we want 2 railguns. Haven't really decided yet. But this is working okay. It is easy enough to expand the light oil and make it run a little bit more consistently, which is nice. This is so stupid. This shouldn't work. This really shouldn't, but it does. Works so well. Okay, well, that's a decent enough design. It's a little more complicated than I wanted it to be, but it's fine. Okay, we should have substations. Big electric poles are not necessarily required, but they would be very helpful for this planet. Actually, how should I power these? Should I just bring wooden power poles? Is there any reason for me to bring medium poles? I don't think there is, unless for some reason one of the planets require it. But I feel like... why is there a medium pole here? That's not required, is it? No, it's not. Oh, there, Ralph. Welcome, welcome. Planning that feels like a cool-ass thing to plan. It's a very rough plan. It's definitely not going to be an optimized build at all for this time around. I just want to do a run. So we're just planning rough designs that don't really have to go exactly in the same spot. It's kind of messy, but I wanted to just get a run done early, like in the first week or two, first week of January. The plan is to do it the weekend after New Year's. So that would be next weekend. We'll see. Worst case scenario, we do it the following weekend. There isn't that much that would delay this one. Unless for some bizarre reason we just don't have any ship design at all, but I think we have most of what we need. A lot of stuff can be improvised if necessary and still get, you know, a run in time. Okay, so we need substations for Volcanus. We could technically use substations here. They are more expensive. I think if we do one shipment of big electric poles, that's probably all the big electric poles we need for the entire run. So I don't know if I can justify being lazy. What do big poles use? I want to say sticks, steel. Huh. Smart belt, why? Why smart belt? I hate smart belt so much. I should just turn it off. Just never use it. I mean, it's obviously possible to play without it, but it's so nice. Hello, Death by Design. Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for the follow. Feel like this isn't working. No, it is not. There we go. For some reason, we don't have any processing units. No. There's currently no rule that allows blueprint inputs for any percent. There's not really any reason you would. You don't need that large of a base. So I don't think you really gain a ton from blueprint imports. Or like, I don't think it feels like blueprint imports are necessary. I guess is a better way to phrase it. Compared to like 100%, which would be awful without blueprint imports because of how annoying some of the achievements are. But any percent seems simple enough that, if anything, the only blueprint import category would likely just be the old one, New Game Plus. Why are we not getting blue chips? They are not getting acid. We are not getting acid because this does not reach that far, apparently. Could have sworn it reached that far. That's fine. It is a very easy fix. Yeah, we can. That's simple enough. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Go back to 1.1 for smart belts. True. Gonna go do a any percent space age run in 1.1. That'll work so well. Okay, but we need iron sticks. And we need copper cables. And we need steel. There is not a great spot for any of that stuff. I think we just... Can I just hand feed a stack of them? That's true. They're definitely the same thing. So yeah, let's just do a SpaceX run and then say it's space age. Nobody will be able to tell the difference. I think we can handcraft all of the big electric poles we need. Because I'm looking at our builds, and we only use a total of like 10 of them. Honestly, we can handcraft the substations. It's just that red chips are kind of a lot more annoying to grab for handcrafting than steel, iron, and copper are. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll just put it in our notes. Big electric poles. Handcrafted. Pump jacks. Maybe handcrafted? I'm not sure. True, Intel has worked on both, so it's totally legit. I mean, it's not wrong. Therefore, it's totally right. What am I missing? Where are pump jacks? Where is pump jacks? Okay, we can technically automate them pretty easily if we do this. Because it's so easy to set a filter on things now. So if we do this, we can automate pump jacks. Because we actually need like 40 to 60 of them. We need more than I expected, so automating them sounds nice. It's not completely necessary, but it does sound nice. And then an input. Oh, wait. harder than I thought it would be. Oh wait, we can put it here. Yeah, that works. It's weird, but it works. We'll just kind of cram that in the end. Now tanks, I don't think need to be automated. We only need like 10 of those. They're they're really easy to grab stuff in handcraft. Paths provider chests, we only need like 40 plus a few on each planet. Okay, so we need to make sure red chips have buffer chests inside paths providers, and we also need to make sure. Actually, no, that's about it. We just need to make sure there's paths providers on the red chips because we will be sending one shipment of red chips up. Although it's probably going to be sent up by hand, but I imagine we'll be sending some of it. Wait. Interesting. Don't know why that was removed. We don't have any important blueprints probably, but just in case, we'll save a new one and reload. But I don't think we lost anything from that. But yeah, normally I have blueprints filtered, as well as blueprint books, because I don't care if I lose a blueprint book usually. I don't tend to use them, but blueprint is much. Okay, let's see. Pipes, pumps. Okay, none of those are permanent. So it makes you wonder whether routing the subcomponents to mall area and then just spaghettifying the lesser needed random automated components like pump jacks would be easier, more efficient than trying to properly plan them. Doesn't matter. The best option would be to handcraft them. The only reason we're doing it this way is it is a way I can do it easily and not have to worry about it. So I don't think it's not optimal by any means. It's just something I won't forget about. So that's really the advantage it has here, and I think that's an important advantage. Whereas spaghettifying everything is messy. So we want to minimize the spaghetti. It's easier to mess up. Also, properly planning pump jacks into your mall is really, really easy. That's another thing. Like, I miscounted how many pump jacks I needed initially. I thought I only needed like 10, but I forgot. I completely forgot about a kilo and Volcanus when counting those, which don't need a ton. But I completely forgot about those, so I wanted to automate them. But literally, if I just extended this like 8 tiles or something, you could fit everything you need in the mall there. No problem. So you don't really save much by cutting that corner. Yeah, this definitely isn't the stream for... This base definitely isn't the thing for optimization. I won't make any changes, really, for optimization over what's more efficient. Because if we do that, we won't do a run next week. And I care more about getting a run in than making a base that I think is, good. So this is just a very rough build, so we're not doing a ton of theory crafting on what works best. It's more just like what I think works well enough. Okay, we need plastic. Okay, so we do need a dedicated plastic lane. That's kind of annoying to get. We could build it over here. Yeah, I will say planning something into the mall initially is very, very easy. So that's the easy phase. So trying to like make it work afterwards is not worth the effort when you have the ability to just, extend the mall like 4 tiles. Yeah, because if we had red chips over here, we could make literally everything in the mall, and it would not be a problem. We'll probably probably add that next time. Most people, I think, would just use Logibots, but I don't want to use those. I mean, it's definitely... Spaghettiing is definitely simpler to do once. And it's simpler to do if you have blueprints. It's not simpler to do if you have to hand build everything. Pump jacks, automated, big electric poles, handcrafted, smelting lanes, and plastic. Okay. I think if we just copy this section, we can get enough. Because we don't really... We need one shipment of plastic, I think, for all the LDS we need. So I think we can just do this. And plastic, I don't remember the values for it. Rocket capacity, it's 20 stacks. So if we do something like this, we probably get enough plastic in time. And then it should be okay. Because we only need the single shipment of plastic one time to get us 2,000 plastic. If we just slightly take from LDS, red chips, and other red chips, I think we're okay. Because we produce 45 plastic per second here. Which, if we steal all of it, what is that, like 1 minute of production? So if we steal all of it, we just lose base production for a single minute. If we steal a little bit, we just lose some base production for like 30 minutes. So either option, it should be fine. And if we over buffer that, it should also be fine because these are yellow belts, so it's not like we're taking a huge amount of production from that. So I think that's all right. Does this have enough refineries? That consumes 480. That produces 468. It's close enough. It is close enough. Okay, so now we need copper, iron, and steel for shipments. I could do the same thing. It's honestly not a terrible idea for me to just put stuff in a buffer chest. Actually, wait a minute. Do I? I wouldn't want the buffer chest over there. I would want it up here. So maybe it's worth it to spaghetti copper around. Because we definitely get enough copper from all these lanes. So we have a couple options. We can either put one passive provider chest at each of these to just slowly buffer in a lot of different places, or we can just send an entire belt of copper over here and call it good. We could also just add a copper lane, although I think adding a copper lane wouldn't be any more work or any less work. Oh, we need to... do we need ammo for... No, we would make ammo in space. We need explosives production, though, because we're not making explosives. Explosives. Okay. I don't know how many we need. We need to get math for that. What do those take? I do not know. Okay, rockets take... Let's see, where is it? Where are rockets? Okay, rockets take 2 iron and 1 explosive. 1 explosive takes 1 coal and 1 sulfur and water. Okay. We should have plenty of sulfur here then that we can just take from. So if we can get coal, which I think we can get coal from here. You know, I might be able to put a water tank. Because I could possibly pass water through here. Actually, is it worth it? I feel like it's not worth it. What are my other options? I don't know. I feel like that's a reasonable option to just steal from this. How much excess does that have? This produces up to 4 per second. This consumes up to 5 per second. Okay, never mind. We need more sulfur production then. Okay, well, if we need more sulfur production, we might as well just make more refineries. Maybe here, we just do like a basic oil processing. This produces 18. How much does a sulfur plant consume? 30, so we would need 2 of them. Going straight into this. And then, like so. That could work. And then we need to get coal. Now, coal's a little tricky, but I think we can steal from this, and we'll probably be okay. And it can kind of just go wherever. We have plenty of space. Target building is in the way. Fun. What the heck? Why does transfer build? Oh, it goes the other direction. Did not realize it was going that way. Okay. So that should give me plenty of sulfur, and then explosives are made also in a chemical plant. All right. They have not given us smart pipe before yet. I don't know why I even tried that. Like, I know it does not exist. Okay, theoretically, we could have this many. I don't think we need this many, but theoretically, we could have up to this many. Oh, wait, no, we can have up to 8. And then I guess we can just kind of put them in one belt. That should be fine. Yeah, that's true. If you use just the underground pipes, it's kind of smart. But you can't like use a regular pipe to make an underground pipe, which is what I always try to do. And despite me trying, it still has not worked. Okay, so this produces 7,000. No, this produces about 12,000 explosives per hour. That should be enough to supply my rockets. I can't imagine that won't give us 3 trips to a kilo. Or sorry, not even 3, right? It would be... No, yeah, we need like 2 trips to a kilo. It's almost nothing. What does a rocket turret take? That's annoying. That's very annoying to do. Okay, carbon fiber will ship up. Processing units we can ship up. Gears we can make from iron that we have. What's a rocket launcher made out of? Circuits will have, gears will have. Okay, we can craft that with everything that we have on our ship. That it's not as bad as it looked initially. Let's see, is smart belt working for me? We'll see. We'll see if we get enough coal. We can always make more coal. It's easy enough. This is split a few times, but I don't think we're using a lot of it. For some reason, plastic production isn't working, or explosive military isn't working, but I guess that's because it's just kind of there. Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Sideloaded it wrong. Okay. What is this called? Military production isn't working because these hadn't started up yet, so I think that's fine. That seems to be working okay. Yeah, I think that's enough coal. It's a little bit of a start time delay, but it's not too bad. Okay, explosives are done. We do technically have enough iron going through to this, but not enough. Oh no. Why isn't that working? Oh, does that mean all of them are wrong, or does it just mean these are wrong? Okay. That means these might all be wrong, because I thought I copied it from this. Did I copy it and mirror it? No, mirroring would still work in this kind of design, because it's side-loaded. I don't know, but it's fixed now. I might have just built this by hand, because that's weird. Yeah, I don't think mirroring would break that. It can break... It can break if you have like a splitter going into an underground, but I don't think it would have broken that. Oh my gosh, these don't have outputs. What the heck? Wait, what lane is which? Oh! I put this in the wrong spot. Okay, so yeah, mirroring did break it, but it didn't break it in the spot I expected. So I wasn't prepared. Okay, so this part was correct. I did not realize that's how we were loading coal onto it though, so that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, it did break from mirroring. And that's going to take forever to restart, but that's fine. Okay, landfill. Is there any reason I would need landfill? Yes, I need it on Gleba. I need like 20. Can I set a drill down? What's the easiest way to get landfill? Can you get it from any... Are there mineable rocks on Gleba? Probably not enough for the landfill I need. What does landfill ship with? Or like what's its shipping capacity? Because I don't actually know. That is not landfill. That is landfill. I'm still not used to the new icon. Okay, it ships 20. That's awful. What about stone? Stone has a shipping capacity of... Wait, how do I figure that out? Here. 500. Which is 10 landfill. So that is technically better. That's so bad. That is so bad. It's not the worst thing. Like I can get that. I just don't like it. There should be a better way. Yeah, the thing is I don't have any plan to bring miners. So that's like possibly an extra launch. And I also have to bring more of the electric grid and bring assemblers. So that's bringing like two, maybe three things that I wasn't expecting to bring, depending on how I set it up. So like it is an option. I don't know if it's a better option than just shipping landfill though. There are plenty of iron and copper ore around. Are you suggesting that I smelt stuff and make a miner? Because that is definitely not the faster option. Processing anything on Gleba is definitely slower than shipping anything to Gleba. Even though it technically works. It wouldn't be worth the effort to set it up. Yeah, we would just have to ship. We're just going to ship it. We only need like 20. We'll ship it. Novice. I imagine we can just kind of do this. And it's probably fine. Yeah, it is technically an option. It's just one of those things where when rocket launches are cheap and you can do like two rocket launches per minute for effectively free, it's hard to justify spending more than spending multiple minutes setting something extra up on another planet when you can just wait 30 seconds for an extra rocket. Because I think that's how fast we can launch rockets. Yeah, it only takes us 30 seconds to launch a rocket. Okay, so how did I decide I was going to do... How is I going to fill copper? Actually, wait, do I need to ship copper? Probably, but not regularly. But we can probably do a little buffer. We have to choose a lane to deprioritize if we're doing this. Unless I take from the middle. That could work. It's like something like this probably isn't going to lose me too many green chips. Like it will lose me green chips, but I don't think it's going to be like the end of the world or anything. And it probably fills up fast enough. At least for copper. I think it's worth doing for copper. I don't know if it's worth doing for iron, because I feel like we need a lot of shipments of iron, because we don't actually... Yeah, we'll be shipping up iron a lot. I think I need closer iron production. Copper, the only reason I can justify doing this with copper is because I'm fairly certain we need it once for crafting a couple things in space. And then we'll never really need it again. Also, hello Chaos Theory. But iron we need pretty much every time a ship comes back, we basically need iron. Or I could ship up iron ore. The different kind of ore than what I initially said, but I could ship up iron ore. Although the limiting factor is furnaces. I guess there's no reason for me to skip crushers, but they don't take up a ton of space. Where can I get an extra lane of iron? Our silo is here. So if we're using an iron shipment, we want it to, or if we have an iron provider chest, we want it to be close to this. I mean, I could take from this. I just shouldn't have it be that far. What I could do, because these won't necessarily work full speed all the time, is I can combine these at the end and then bring all of the spare over. I think that would work. Yeah, okay, I think that's a good idea. So yeah, advantage of doing it this way is it's only taking the spare, so it's not necessarily going to get a ton, but it should get enough. How fast can that fill? One rocket is 1,000, so that's 1,000 divided by 15 is a minute. So if it's working full speed, this does take a minute to get enough ammo, which I think is fine, or to get enough iron, because we are playing on 50% asteroid density. Or most likely will be. I don't know. I'm not sure yet if it's worth it. Because if you do 50% asteroid density, you need twice the space science. You need 2 space platforms for space science. Which is a little bit annoying, just because you just get so little. You can get like 60 science per second. 60 science per second. 60 science per minute. Out of like a single place platform without making it really, really wide. At which point you should just do 2 of them. But I think this would work. Honestly, because of how this is set up, I should probably have these just buffer uncapped, because it is just taking entirely surplus resources. So if it overproduces, it's not a big deal. Also, I think because of the prod mods, there's always going to be some iron going through. So it looks like we'll always at least have half a lane of iron, or maybe a third of a lane of iron. It's 8% of a lane times 4. So yeah, it's about 32%. About 32%. That should be exactly 32%. If these are running full speed, we should still get 32%. Okay. So that's the irons. That's the iron. That's the copper. Steel's a little bit tricky. I think for steel, because we don't actually need a ton of it, I could just send all the excess up. I could also do the same thing I did with iron, though, where we just put all the excess stuff in a chest at the end. Because steel, we don't need a lot of until the very end. Actually, wait, we need a lot of it. We need 1,000 for every planet. Which means we also need a brick lane. I'm not entirely sure how I would set up a brick lane. Maybe with a splitter? Nah, I wouldn't do a splitter. I think I would just do it like this. Because we need to get concrete. So if we send up 50 bricks, that's 1,000 concrete. Or sorry, 500 bricks. That gives us 1,000 concrete. Yeah, that's gonna starve everything while that's up. But I think there's enough of a time gap that it should be fine. We'll figure out something. We'll figure out a better plan later. Processing units also need to be shipped. We do have those in a buffer chest. They're not a dedicated buffer chest. It might be a good idea for me to limit these outputs to make sure we always have 300. Actually, I would probably make it 400. Whatever the stack size is. We would want to make it that the outputs only run if we have about 400 in the Lodge network. Because we need to be able to fill up a rocket. Same goes for LDS and rocket fuel. I don't think rocket fuel needs to work like that. I need to test something though. If we make a space platform as space platform above novice named Max, we are going to request rocket fuel. It should start filling one of these, right? No, it doesn't. because we don't have any rocket fuel in the silo. What if we do... Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. So I would have to make it a dedicated rocket fuel assembler, at which point it's not worth it. So we are instead just going to do a buffer chest in the middle, and that should be fine. The only way to send rocket parts is by bots. Really? Even if you have like oh yeah, there's no real way to do a manual request, is there? I was hoping that if it was automatically requested, it would let it start filling. That's dumb. I don't like that. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess if it did work that way, then literally all of these could go, and then we wouldn't have to do anything special with them. Wait, I guess that's not news. Oh, wait. We have a chest there. Never mind. I wonder if it's in Logia Network, though, does it at least work? Can it supplement it? No, it can't even supplement it. Okay. It's literally just bots. Got it. Okay, so in that case, how many Logia bots do I think I'll need? Currently, I have it set to make 0 because this isn't running for some reason. We could do logistic bots. Actually, I could do, instead of doing T, we could do availability. So we could do available less than 200. So that way it keeps producing more if we need them. And then same for Logia bots. Y, we'll do Y. So that way, if we need more, it can increase the demand. Or it can increase the supply if it demands a lot. It looks like we are missing engines, which are missing... Okay, well that's a very easy fix. We just built all the inserters wrong. Okay. That should be fine then. This gives us plenty of surplus engines. We have a lot of room to upgrade stuff to yellow assemblers later. Ooh, actually, currently my plan is just hand feed the yellow assembler. I guess we can still do that. Because I think at the moment we're only using a total of about less than 50. So that's 2 stacks of assemblers. Now I could also... I'm not using requester chests. I could do this. Right? Wait. You have to do a map view. Okay, we could request it that way. So we can do like emergency upgrades without any problem there. Okay, now this doesn't prioritize Logia bots in any way. We might need to... Well, this won't be set up for the longest time. Does it get enough going through without that? Okay, it occasionally gets one. That's fine then. That's totally fine then. Okay, so smelting... Let's see, we have processing units, rocket fuel, and LDS. All of those are being shipped up. If they're demanded, they have provider chests. Steel, iron, and copper all have provider chests, which we don't really need we don't need them that often, but we do occasionally need to craft stuff in space. Are there any other raw materials that I would be shipping up? Possibly water barrels. No, I cannot do blueprints. Oh wait, during the run. Yes, I can use them during the run. If I make them during the run, I can use them. I can't like make a blueprint and bring it into the run. So I can make a little... Like I can make a smelting lane or a drill blueprint and paste that a little bit easier. A little bit. Or I can... Yeah, if needed, I can make like a smelting lane and do some expansions with those blueprints. I just can't bring in blueprints of the whole base. So this on-patch build is a little messy, but I think it will be manageable. Time to memorize blueprint strings and type them in. That would be funny. I feel like that's not a loop around, but I like to imagine it's a loop around because it is pretty silly, and I like that. Okay, and then this is our first power expansion after bots. It's kind of just going to go wherever. Should be fine. Game blueprints. We should have a drill blueprint somewhere. I don't know. We'll just make another. It's easy enough to do. I mean, it's faster to make another than it would have been to look for that, at least. Okay, that's 60, so we can just kind of combine those. And it's perfect. Okay. Well, not quite. We need a compressor. Okay, now it's perfect. No? Now it's perfect. Okay. Yeah, there would have been better ways to do that. Okay, so that's enough power to get us here. Could use a chest parameterized with ghost parameterized item. Can you do that? Can you parameterize a ghost request? No. That makes sense. Yeah, I would have been very surprised if you could. S, because I care about achievements. So the command is the run I'm doing because I want the achievement. Yeah, no, it's written how I want it to be. It specifies that because I need to keep demolishers on for an achievement. Any percent lets you do any map settings. So default settings is technically any percent. It's not an efficient any percent, but it is an any percent run. But it, you know, just not typically the most competitive. Although right now it is. Considering there's no any percent runs for it to beat. The current any percent record would be like, what, 9 hours? What did you get? I want to say it's like 9 hours. Let's see, what is that? What is it at? Someone did a run a couple days ago. It has not been submitted yet. Or it hasn't been approved yet. I'm not sure what time it was then. Okay. We need red chests. Or red chests. We need red belts. So we don't need red splitters ever, I don't think. I don't actually think we use splitters on any of our bases. Do we? Volcanus might. But I'm pretty sure we don't use splitters on any of them. Damn it. I can remove this splitter, though. I think I'm going to. Because now I don't have to ship splitters. Because I think that was the only splitter used in our entire base. Gleba wouldn't have splitters. Bulgora wouldn't have splitters. A kilo might if I messed up, but I don't think it does. Okay, so now we no longer need to ship splitters. Okay, now for red and yellow belt. We have a couple options here. There's only one planet that needs red belt. So I don't think it would be wise for us to bring red belt to most of them. I don't even know if... I think this works a little bit better with red belt. Oh god, what is this pattern that I did there? Whatever. I mean, I obviously set it up like that because I thought it was a good idea. I don't know if it is, but I thought it was a good idea when I built that. We need to bring this stuff here. We'll create a blueprint of all of these and keep it on a reference sheet. So before the run, I'll probably go through and make like a crafting list. It would look something. Actually, do I have it? Yeah, we'll edit the command because that's for any percent. But something like that. Oh, hold on, I need to switch over to my main account though, so I can change one of the settings. But yeah, if I do Something like this. Oh wait, no, that's the correct one. I just don't know which tab it's under. But yeah, something like that I'll have, which will tell me how much I need to bring to each planet. Easy enough to set up. I really don't want to redo a kilo. My setup for a kilo is not good, but it works. So it's fine. We're gonna need a lot of screenshots of like logic, I think. I mean, I can't, technically I can run with the game in the background, a second instance of the game in the background. The only problem with doing that is I will have to be very careful with recording, because if I accidentally switch screens, it gets, it would get invalidated because, I wouldn't be showing the game anymore. But technically I could have the game up, and then instead of just looking at a screenshot, I can actually just like zoom in and out on the game. That is something that can be done. I can also make it that it actually appears in a window to the bottom left. You can't see what I'm pointing at. I can make it appear here. It would cover some of the screen, which would, that probably wouldn't be good. I think it would technically be legitimate, but it would be really annoying. So it wouldn't be worth it. But yeah, red belt. We need a little bit of red belt by the time we reach Fulgora, which is our first planet. I could completely do yellow belt production here. It's not a terrible idea for me to automate belts on this planet. Because I think that, well, that would require me to send down assemblers. Wait, I would want to send down assemblers anyway. Like, I need to send down assemblers. That's not a corner that needs to be cut. So, we need that pretty early. When do we do red belt? Well, we need this stuff before we go to a kilo, so we would have this built. So if we do a splitter, that way it uses both of them equally. That is not how I would want it to go, but I think we can do red belt here. I mean, we could use these gears too. That's not a terrible idea. It's a little messy though. I think I'll just make new gears. That's probably the easier way to go about it. So if we do something like this, it takes from them pretty evenly. And then we would want like 8 of these probably. At least. Actually, no, 10. 10 would fill the belt. We don't need more than that. I mean, I could do more than that, but I doubt we need that much red belt. We need like 400 red belt, I think. I don't know. We'll set it up. Might as well give ourselves the option, right? So then we have iron, gears, and then yellow belts, I believe. I'm trying to remember what I always forget what this recipe is. Okay. Maybe we just do dedicated ones. Like something like this. Like direct feed it. So that goes into red belt, that goes into this belt, and then we copy that and replace this. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. So I think if we make a blueprint like this, that would be ideal. Because then we can copy this, we can blueprint relative, and then we can change the recipe as needed. Red undergrounds, and then we just add an output. That seems fairly fast to build, and then this we just cut off. Okay, that should be fine. I think this produces more than enough, because I don't think we need a ton of red belt anytime soon. We need more inputs, though. Surprisingly, we are not gear limited to the degree I thought we would be. Which makes me think that there's a better way to do this. So like I should probably instead do that. That way we use as many gears as we could reasonably get. And then this should produce enough. Because this only needs to produce... Well, by the time we get to biolabs, I think we need 200? Not entirely sure. It's not a lot. Let's see, where's our biolab blueprint? Okay, we need almost 200. Well, more like 160. We need almost 200 by the time we get to biolabs. So we're not in any rush or anything. The balance is definitely a little bit weird, but I think it's okay. So we need like 4 stacks there, and then we need 4 stacks there. I think it's enough. That gives us 4 stacks is all we need for a kilo. What's the what's the rocket capacity? 100? Okay. Or sorry, 400 is all we need for Fulgora. That gives us about 5 of these. Worst case scenario, one of them gets downgraded a little bit, but I think we'll be all right. We have the combinators, we have the roboports, we have the beacons, we have the heat exchangers, inserters, good. Do I use stack inserters anywhere? I don't know if I use stack inserters anywhere. Unfortunate. I do use stack inserters. We have not made stack inserters yet. I'm pretty sure that's the only planet that needs them, though. We didn't use them there. Why would we use them there? Yeah, so we need 12 stack inserters total. I can actually craft those on the way to Gleba, probably. Because I don't think they're that expensive, right? Like I said, I'm going to have red chips in the ship. So if we have red chips in the ship, that changes things. That gives us a lot more options. Because we'll have green chips, we'll have iron. We'll have red chips. It's a little annoying to do, but yeah, we can definitely craft those in space. So maybe I'll put a note in the missing tab that says red chip or stack inserters. Sorry, they're not called stack inserters anymore. Bulk inserters crafted in space. Ship up gears, iron, red chips, green chips. Okay. That should be all we need then for smelting lanes and red belts. Now we just have to go through and look at which recipes I am forgetting. So we obviously need... Oh wait, we need engines. Which can probably just go in a buffer chest here. Engine capacity is 400. So that is 8 stacks. We'll limit that. Okay, perfect. And that's very important to do because we need them for crafting mostly LDS, I think. Not mostly LDS. We need it for crafting the silo. Now we'll have iron so we can craft pipe along the way. Yeah, it also stacks way better. Yeah, I think we can handcraft pipe. We'll have processing units for the silo. I feel like I'm missing something. We'll have the steel, we have the processing units, we have the engines, we have the pipe, we have the bricks. I don't think we're missing anything. I might need to consider shipping up iron, though. Which seems a little bit silly, but there's a chance that we'll run out of iron. Also, I kind of want to do water barrels. Just as like an emergency recovery. Ooh, these should also be passive providers. Okay, considering how many passive providers I have now, I might automate them. 76 is a lot to handcraft. It's pretty easy to do here. Yeah, we have everything we need to automate them there. Because we can just do an input. I was in map view for that though, which is not ideal. I am still not used to that. I don't think that's how map view used to work, but remote view editor mode functions a lot differently than it used to, and it always throws me off. Okay, so this is supposed to be steel chests. This is red chests. And then I don't have to worry about them. That fits nicely there. Worst case scenario, we do some spaghetti, but it's easy enough to get this out of here. Okay, now we don't have to think too hard about them. I mean, the placement's a little bit odd, but it's manageable. That's the important thing. I think at some point we'll probably need to upgrade these to yellow assemblers and add prods in them. I think that's a valid strat for getting a little bit more out of some of our designs while we're doing other stuff. Just, at least for the first run. Okay. We're also missing uranium. Processing. We did make the centrifuges, but we are missing the actual processing. That's everything we need for the silo. Pipes. Craft in space. Concrete. Craft in space. We need water barrels still. Water barrel. I kind of just chose a random spot for it. That's probably not a good spot, though. I don't know, it's not that hard. Honestly, it's not that hard to get water over there. This is kind of a good spot. Okay, so this can produce barrels. And then this can just make a chest of water barrels. Which I think will only need like one shipment of water barrels, but there is a world where we might need water barrels. So just in case, we are including this. And then we're just gonna go probably far to the left. I feel like that makes it harder to mess up because there's nothing really built over here. Then we can just take from this, which I'm assuming is the water that's going into concrete. Unfortunately, there's no steel in this concrete belt, so it's not like we can just steal from that. Okay, now refined concrete takes steel. I think that's something we can also craft on the way. It takes steel, iron sticks, and concrete. Wait, what does a biolab take? That also takes refined concrete. Okay, so we do need small refined concrete production to make the biolabs. I think that would just be here, right? We get a fast inserter. We get refined concrete. We can just take this water. Hello, Arters. Welcome, welcome. We could get steel from this. We could also just take steel from here, though. Sure. That works. We just need so little of it, right? That it can kind of just go wherever. This stacks to 100. If we just stack this to 200, I think we're good. Oh, wait. Yeah, we would just hand shuffle this around because we'll have to come back to make the biolabs. That's when we'll probably throw all of the concrete into one chest. We need 16 biolabs, I believe. Or my plan is to have 16 biolabs. So that is 16 times 25. I want to say that's 400. So that means we need 4 stacks of refined concrete for all of our biolabs. We can always make more if necessary. It's not too hard. What else? You just saw another abomination from the other anti, this time for the final ship. Yeah, I've heard he does not do railguns. I've heard he removed railguns from his strategy. Which is insane. Like, just turning his ship into a battering ram and abusing how I think speed mechanics work if you stop the ship. I don't fully understand it. Saves 2,000 research, and it also just saves railgun production and ammo production, which I think is... Honestly, I think that's a bigger save than the research. I guess it depends what the bottleneck is, but railguns aren't cheap. Railguns cost almost as much lithium as the research does. But either way, yeah, it is an abomination. And I love it. If speed relative to huge asteroid equals 0, then destroy asteroid. Basically, that's effectively what it is. I don't think it insta-destroys it. It's just once it gets that slow, I think your ship replaces stuff fast enough that it can like keep damaging it without like, you know, going right through to your base. At least that one's not like automatable, so that one's less of a desire to fix. Oh, it just deletes it? Oh, so it does actually destroy it. I thought the whole point was like you just dealt enough damage to it by like replacing walls. It destroys asteroids not touching the ship. Oh, that's so much worse than I expected. Okay. I haven't actually seen it. I just, the way it was described made it seem like just you're a battering ram. So it's not even a battering ram. You're just voiding stuff around you. I guess, could you, if you use interrupts, could you automate that? Like, is there any way you could use an interrupt to tell your ship to like automatically stop like every 10 seconds and just get to the outer edge for free? I wonder. Because I know obviously in this situation, I don't know how interrupts work, but I feel like there might be some magical way to abuse it. Although, wait, do you have to complete the interrupt? I don't know, you'd have to be able to cancel the interrupt for that to work. Okay, Biolab has labs. Okay, capture bot rockets, that's what we need. Oh, for fix, if asteroid is 20 tiles from the ship, it can't be auto-destroyed. Yeah, I don't even know, what's the... Why is it even designed like that? Is it just an error? Or is there some edge case that they're trying to deal with to prevent players from being screwed? Like, is it just some weird function of how asteroid density is lower as you get closer? No. The battering ram part is to adjust the relative velocity of the ship. Ah. Okay. Wait, so the battering ram part is so that your ship slows down? Is that basically what you're saying? The goal is to make the ship slow by hitting things? Please tell me that's the correct interpretation, because that's fantastic. I love that. Okay, I think we can do frames less than 100 or greater than 100, actually, other way around. That's fantastic. I should learn this strategy. I don't think I should. It seems really funny though, but I imagine it seems like it sounds like something that would be patched if it's not like abusing a mechanic that they added intentionally. Because if it was abusing a mechanic that's meant to help people, it would be harder to fix, I would imagine. Because you now have to figure out how else do you solve this problem? Because I was thinking it had something to do with like not screwing over players who just start their ship. How many capture bot rockets do I need? Probably a stack, right? So if I just bring a stack of RoboFrames, I think we're good. So this can be hand built, and then we have a chest in the middle for bioflux, and then a provider chest. So this we give 1,000 bioflux to this, minus the 1 stack we'll take for the biter's nest. That'll give us about 10 capture bot rockets to use, which I think is more than enough on when we go find a biter base. Unfortunately, we do have to fight the biters, so I should probably make piercing rounds on this planet. Oh, well, we still need to do combat. We still need to do poison capsules. Whole steel circuits. That doesn't sound like it's next to anything. Let's see. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. No, that works. We'll see if we can get these to be closer intentionally then. Cool. We have poison capsules. I think we'll do a chain here. And then everything's good. Did you know that you can load a capture bot into a rocket turret so you can have a rocket turret overwatching your biter nest and the starve, they'll get recaptured? I have heard that. Although I've also heard that it may not be the best idea, because if that happens, most likely it's just going to happen again repeatedly. And because there's that means you're short on bioflux. Unless there was just like a delay with like a single shipment. I guess there is that advantage. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Probably to make feeling that if asteroids are the other way, it isn't in danger. Now, if they see that as abused by people that know it about it, they'll fix it. As it won't make 90% players a difference. I don't know. It's one of those things. It has to be manually abused. How much of a how in need of a fix is it if you have to manually stop and start it constantly? Now, if someone finds a way to automate it, then I think there's a problem. Kind of like if you manually mess around with the recipe for like Promethean science, I think you can have an infinitely large storage chest buffer. They might fix that, but you have to manually do it. So that makes me have hope. If it can't be fully automated, then maybe there's some hope that it won't be taken away from us. But I doubt that's an actual standard. That's always how I assume it. They make their decisions, considering Factoria, you know, automation is the name of the game. That's too much landfill. That's fine though. Okay. Biolabs are hand-fed. Refined concrete is hand-fed. All of these are hand-fed, actually. We just bring them over when we get there. That's hand-fed frames. And Bioflex, we need 1 stack. That should still make, let's see, 1,000 divided by 50? No, divided by 20. Should be 50. So yeah, well, you can make 50 capture bot rockets with one shipment of Bioflex. We should be fine. Oh, there is a bug with prod bonuses. Oh wait, no, that sounds familiar. I don't know why that does sound vaguely familiar. Okay, we need we need more sulfuric acid. Can I get sulfuric acid here? It might be a good idea to figure out how to get it here. Yeah. No, this is a decent spot for it. Because this is for our uranium miners. Which we need to get biolabs, which aren't strictly required, but they sure help a lot. Actually, is uranium required at all? I don't know if uranium is required at all to beat the game. Because I don't think there's any other recipes that strictly need it. Of course, without uranium, it would absolutely suck to go to the system edge. But, you know, strictly speaking, I don't think it's necessary. Which gives me hope for Burner Hundo. Well, okay, not so much hope. It's still going to be absolutely awful, but I don't think... Now that I've played more of the game, I don't think there are as many exceptions that are going to be required as I was originally thinking. Mostly because, well, Burner Hundo, I guess we'll start with Burner any % and see what it's like before we know if we can reasonably do Burner Hundo, because the 40-hour achievement with burners might still be pretty difficult. But I think it's still somewhat attainable. This sucks. How do I get this out of here? Yeah, this is not a good spot to get iron. Is there a better way I can do this? Definitely. Is there, but what way is it? Technically, I do have this option to just steal from this. This is one of the bugs that was officially as a rule for speedruns before devs decided to fix it. So this is why you know about that single bug. Oh, did the community vote to ban it? I could see that. I wish Factorio had more instances of the game that had like a lot of abusable bugs, because I think like a glitch heavy category would be interesting. But I feel like the glitches are spread out over so many versions that I don't know if there's like one category which would be that much more interesting glitchy. Oh, maybe like one of the really early versions has like all of the bugs, just like secretly. Jeez, how do I get iron here? There's not a great way to do this. Maybe like this? I think we just have to use a red belt. I think we just have to accept that I need a red belt because of how I designed this. Which is fine for the first run. It's not like this way, it's not like doing sulfuric acid this way would be very sustainable anyway. Okay, now we need drills. And we need a lot of them, I think. Because they produce half of what I thought. I just learned pretty recently that uranium drills actually mine at half the speed, I think. Is it half the speed? Okay, so apparently I didn't learn very well. Yeah, uranium drills are not... they're not as fast. I completely thought... I thought they removed hardness from the game, but they didn't. Not fully. I don't know if hardness is the same mechanic. It feels like it's the same mechanic, but maybe there's a bit of a difference there. And I think we can just kind of connect all of the edges and we should be fine. Okay, so that gives me 28 per second. Okay. That should be enough. Actually, how much sulfuric acid does this consume? 23. Oh, wow, this does not consume a lot. So yeah, we should be able to afford that. Okay, I think we can do these connections, and then we should be fine. Okay. That gives us 2 belts of uranium to work with for our centrifuges, which I was considering doing Covarex, which seems really odd, but we need about 100 enriched uranium before we need any uranium at all. So Covarex would be helpful for that, but I don't know. I feel like it's not strictly required, though. Also, can I do, let's see, output, input. Actually, no, we should do, the output goes significantly slower, so we should actually do it like this, I think. And then we have speed modules, prod modules. And then we need a double belt here. I think that's a double belt. And then uranium processing. Okay, so this consumes 10, so we need 3 of these. Okay, maybe we don't need Covarex. Yeah, we probably don't need Covarex. I didn't realize I wasn't expecting to be able to run 2 of these from this single patch. Actually, it should just be closer, though. There we go. But yeah, if we can run 2 of these from the single patch, we get all we need. So that's 0.023 per second times 3600. That gives us 82 in an hour. Gee, that is so bad. That is so bad. But we only need 50, I guess. No, wait. No, we need 100. I guess as long as I remember to do this relatively early, it's fine. Because we don't need it until we get the biolabs, and we can get it gradually for the biolabs. But we need all of them by the time we go to a kilo. You loved up Dev's fix bug right after it's found. Yeah, they're pretty quick to the turnaround, except for Smart Belt, which understandably, Smart Belt is very tricky to fix. Can I do math? Wait, if I need 100, what's the ratio? It's like 1 to 250, right? 0.7 divided by 93 divided by 0.7, right? Is it 132? Wait, is it 1 in 132? I thought it was like 1 in 200. Is it really that small? Oh wait, sorry, not. I forgot a 0. Or not a 0, but I used the wrong number. Okay, 142. I always thought it was like 242. Okay. We don't talk about smart belts. Yeah, just a full ban on the forums. No smart belts allowed. Anyway, if it's a ratio of 150, we multiply that times 100. We need a capacity of 15,000. One storage chest can hold 100 times 48. That is 5,000. So this is an option. This is a very valid option. But that does use a lot of provider chests. But honestly, I don't think that's a problem. So yeah, this is a way we can design it if we really want to. You know, I think I should probably try to save beacons. I think... Grab something real quick. Another cough drop. Okay. But centrifuges are way, way more expensive than a beacon, so I think if we double up on beacons, it's got to be worth it. Even if they're less efficient. It's like right there. That gives a 20% boost. That is so bad. Yeah, if we wanted to save providers, we could also just do like a filter. We could also just do a filter splitter. It's probably better to do a filter splitter. Because then we can just do something like this. And then the rest can be regular. Although I don't even know if they need to be I don't even know if they need to be smart, but that should work. Sorry, not smart as well. I don't know if they even need to be providers. But yeah, this is an option. We could also just filter the... I guess, worst case scenario, we just have to look inside these boxes. So I don't think we lose much. Oh, actually, wait, what if we do... Yeah, it would probably... That's true, it would probably pick up. The odds of us getting 2 of them is so incredibly low that, yeah, I can't imagine it'll make a difference. Okay, so those are only doing 28. These consume 30. Could I do speed 2s? What's the speed increase from speed 2s? That's a 20% increase. What does centrifuges cost? Are they cheaper than I'm thinking? I think I'm thinking of silos. They're kind of pricey. They are kind of pricey. A beacon is way cheaper. Like 5 beacons are cheaper than a centrifuge. So if we can save like 8 centrifuges, that is worth it. Okay. See, how much does that consume? That's 23. That's 25. That's pretty close. We could also do we could do speed 2s in them. We could also remove the prod modules. I don't know if they do a lot. Okay, this would work. Although, is this cheaper? At this point, this might not be cheaper. Because if we use speed 2s, it's probably not worth it. Yeah, centrifuges feel really pricey. I mean, I guess you don't need a ton. Like, this would be enough to supply, like, 2 or 3 gigawatts, right? Something like that. Nah, I can't do. I'm not going to do speed 2s here. That's silly. Yeah, we could put the speed module in the centrifuge. Because we don't gain a ton from the prod modules. Do we? Yeah, I doubt we get a ton from the prod modules. Okay, so that's cheaper. It does give us a little bit less, but it still gives us enough. I guess that's the important thing. So yeah, this saves about 1,000 concrete and steel. That should be fine. Okay, yeah, we'll just live with that. We'll be fine. You usually have ore on the outside. That's what I know. Yeah, I guess that could work too. Does that have a better beacon density? The only reason I did it this way is because it's a lot easier to extend from the compressor. Actually, no. Yeah, that's a good reason. It's a lot easier to just build this right after the compressor to have the ore in the middle. I guess you can get more beacons if you have ore on the outside. Maybe. Well, I guess it depends how you set it up. Like, we could fit more beacons if we had a gap in between them. Yeah, this should get us enough in time. We should go through and double check, though. We need 250... Let's see, we need 48 for the labs. And then we need 250 fuel cells? I think we need 250 fuel cells. Fuel cells cost 1 each, right? Or no, a tenth. They cost a tenth each. So we need 75. This should produce 75 over the course of an hour, no problem. 0.021 times 3600. I could have also just changed this. I forget that that's the setting. Produces 75 an hour. Or produces exactly 75 an hour. Okay, so we're good. And then if worst case scenario, we can speed module these and do more of these, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, that's fine. It's probably a bit overkill, but just in case I placed them late, I wanted it to be able to catch up quickly. Okay, so we got boilers. We said boilers would be hand-fed. We'll put a note. Boilers, labs, rocket gun, capture rockets, hand-fed. What else? Oh, we need rocket turrets built manually in space, probably. Water barrels are done, uranium's done. Okay. This is just a... This, I guess missing isn't the right... Missing / crafting list. We'll get an actual, like, crafting list at some point, but I wanted something in the map that I could reference. Okay, we have combinators automated. We have a lot of iron. We have a lot of resources. Definitely over excessive resources. We're going to be handcrafting big poles. We need to check the recipes for foundries. I don't fully remember. We were planning to send up a lube barrel, weren't we? Is that dumb? I don't think so. It feels dumb. I don't think we gain a ton by sending up a lube barrel. Let's see. Foundries require lube, right? Steel circuits, refine. I did not know these needed refined concrete. We have those, but I kind of forgot about it. Fortunately, this is our last planet, so it doesn't matter much. Okay, so that needs lube. But honestly, I think we could do... We could just do lube processing here, right? There'd be no real reason for me not to while setting it up. Yeah, that seems reasonable. We'll have this here, even though we built it separately, but I think this works. Then we have our first foundry. This would be lube. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to use a lube barrel at this point. I mean, you only need like one lube barrel. Or a couple lube barrels, but if we're bringing refineries anyway, yeah, we don't really need to do much. What is that on the ground that keeps dropping down there? Oh, the prod modules every time I switch it over to foundry production. That's what was happening. Okay, so steel we get, electric circuits we get, tungsten we get, refined concrete we get. We can also produce steel here very easily, which will probably just bring 1,000 steel, and then we'll produce whatever remainder we need for the silo. It's incredibly fast. Because I think we'll just have one shipment of steel inside of our ship to bring with us. Carbide needs carbon and tungsten ore, which needs coal and sulfuric acid. So we would do sulfuric acid first. We would get this up and running. So this is the first thing we build. Calcite, steam power, we set that up, and then we're good. Then we have power, then we can work on other things. So this needs to be powered with an engine. So yeah, this, and this are the first things we build, and then we go and get copper, or then we go and get coal probably, which is a very annoying belt to do. We need to figure out how much belt we need. Probably if we bring over a bunch of underground belts, that would be easier. Yo, what's up, Jamady? Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for the resub.
Factory must grow.
Whoa! Forgot I have text-to-speech on. Yes, the factory must grow. But also at the same time, it must stay really tiny because any percent. Also, it turns out 2 science per second is stupidly easy in terms of base size. Okay, and then we need circuits, engines, electric shields. Okay, we have all that stuff. What's more important to get up and running faster? I wonder how much I'll reasonably be able to get. Let's say all these rocks, we mine all of them. That is 200. That's 200 tungsten ore. That's 100 carbide. So we'll probably have to do drills first, like 1 foundry. Then we get the big drill, then we automate the drill. And then we go back and prepare for more foundries. I don't know. Honestly, we're just going to wing most of that anyway. The main thing is we need refined concrete crafted. And electric engines, we'll be bringing engines for a silo. We need 200 for the silo. We need 100 for the drills, so we'll have plenty. Perfect. Pipes we can probably just produce as needed here. I don't think that'll be a problem. Although, no, we need to get the power from it quickly. So we need to at least bring like 100. Yeah, never mind. There's no reason. We'll just drop iron down and craft them probably by hand while we build stuff. We need landfill going to here. What else are we missing? Power poles. We don't have power pole production anywhere in Novice. It's one of the easiest things to set up. I just haven't set it up. Easiest way to do it is here. I think. Yeah, that's an easy spot for it. Okay, power pole. Is it not called power pole? It's called a small electric pole. You'd think I would know this by now. And then storage chest. I love this so much. It's so dumb, but I love it so much. Our way to avoid oil cracking is really stupid. Also, our power plant I like a lot. It's not working, so that's a bad sign. I think it's because we're not consuming power, though. I don't know, it's hard to say. Small electric pole. Exactly. It needs that emphasis to show how dumb it is that they named it that. Okay, this is... Did I completely miscalculate this? That says 150. This says it consumes 140. That should not be as far off as it is. Which is concerning. Is this set up wrong? I'm not sure. So this is set to consuming. But I think I have another thing that's interrupting it, so I don't know. It's really weird. I can't get it to actually like consume at a steady rate. I see the problem. Okay, well that's a very easy fix. Okay. I figured it out. This is built wrong. This is how it's supposed to look. Okay. Everything's good now. Okay, everything's fine. So yeah, these are supposed to go into 3 boilers. I had it going 4 and 2. There we go. And then for this one, we have to do it in a pair. So let's practice building that a little bit. Honestly, we shouldn't be doing it this way. It's just fun. I like this design, so I'm rolling with it. Okay, so we copy this. Or the idea is that we copy this section. We paste it here. A little bit away, and then we copy this up at a gap. And then we switch this over to heavy oil production. That should be going to 3, that should be going into 3, okay. And now it's good. And then we also give it a set of furnace, or a set of steam engines. Okay, now it should be good, mostly. Then we copy all this, and it should be 18 wide, and hopefully works now. We didn't change the recipe here, but other than the fact that we built it wrong, it's good. That's not a very good metric, though. Okay, this should be good. I can't believe it. Yeah, we were consuming 30% less than we should have. Yeah, it reminds you of something, huh? Wonder what it could possibly be based off of, right? That is so much steadier. Well, let's see if it's steady over time, though. Once this oil tank fills, that's the moment of truth. Oh, it's still steady. Okay, we will remove all tanks and see how it performs. Okay, we are good. Awesome. Also, I really love this check mark that lets you just kind of magically get energy between everything, although it means we've completely ignored power poles this entire time, which is probably not a good plan. But yeah, this is working much better now. So the whole point of this is if I run low on power, I can just kind of copy this segment and just paste as many as I want and expand power that way. And then I can just add like modules to these. We have options. But yeah, we did decide to just give this a gradual improvement in power. Yeah, everything's really far away. So I mean, bots are not going to be happy with me, but I think it's okay because we don't have like a terribly fast time goal to reach. Okay, we need a couple roboports, but most of this is built by hand. Beacons, substations, turbines. Okay, I think that's everything I need here. The only thing we're handcrafting when we get here. We could handcraft the refineries, but I don't think that's worth it. Although we do technically have everything we need in space. We could handcraft a single refinery. We can also put a single refinery in a rocket. It's not that difficult. Or you can just put a stack of them in the rocket. I really don't care that much. I don't think about saving rockets. At least not this time around. Once we get like a more refined base, we can worry about it. It's a shame I can't use this landfill for Gleba, because that would be awesome. But unfortunately, this is our last planet, so it's a bit late. But yeah, foundry is good. Then, other than the foundry, we have drills, which are also good. Okay. That planet's good. Gleba. We have these automated. We don't have these automated. We can craft those with the iron that we have. We only need a single one of them. Agricultural towers. What do those need? I do not remember. Can they be made in a biochamber? Probably not, right? No, okay. Ag tower. We only need 2 of them. Steel, spoilage, landfill, circuits. Okay, well that should be easy enough to get 2 of them. We only need 2 of them. I could increase my Gleva science production. I don't think I have to, but it is an option. I could build 2 of these modules, but I don't think I need to, because this produces all the Gleba science I need in like 90 minutes, which sounds like a really long time, but this is like our 2nd planet. I think it will take us. I don't know. Because we also need the biolabs. Oh wait, I was forgetting about prod modules and biolab bonus. So yeah, it's like it's half that. Never mind, it's like 50 minutes. Maybe less. So never mind, we're good. 2 science per second is 5. 2 science per second is like 5. Almost none of it. Bioscience lasts 10 hours. So we don't really lose. We don't lose a considerable amount of science. And then Bioflux lasts 20 hours. So yeah, it should be above 90% by the time we get it. Probably by the time we use Biolabs. But I think most of the stuff will be at like 95% because it lasts so long. Yeah, any percent spoilage settings, you can change it up. And you don't, if you can drop down carbon, you don't need spoilage to like actually produce, because you can get enough of it from the starting trees. Hello Ferris, welcome. Okay, so that's good. Gleva's not missing anything. It doesn't have any like weirdness. Yeah, it's similar to yours in anti-elites for sure. Although I just use direct feeding from the ag tower, which is fun. I also put rocket fuel in it, which is nice. Although I feel like I could swap it around. Why do I have it here actually? Oh, because it goes into the water. That's why I can't put the rocket silo there. Yeah, that's fine. So basically I either have to use belt for this or I have to use belt for this. I guess it doesn't make a huge difference. Copper is farther away than I would like, but I don't think it'll be a problem. We have... Yeah, that's everything. Okay, Fulgora's a little bit messier. Also, I hear people talk about tunnels a lot. What are these ruins? Why are they so good? Oh, is it just because they have like 100 of everything? Okay, that's why it's so good. So if you find a ruin, you get like instant. If you find a ruin, you get like instant collectors. Vaults? Is that what they're called? That's this thing, right? But like I wasn't sure what makes them so good, and I guess it's just because they have a lot of item density. Oh, you have to mine one to unlock the sciences? Like the vault to unlock the science? Which one? What's it? Which one is? What's it locked behind? Okay, for the recycler. There's probably one on this island. I don't know. Honestly, we're going this far anyway. I don't think it's a huge problem. We know where one is. That's the important thing. But we've also just like deconned most stuff to build around, so I need to look at what the actual place looks like. Oh, we need a car. Yeah. Yeah, the small islands are pretty nice. And we need to redesign this. It was missing a couple things. It should just use boilers, I think. Yeah, it should just use boilers. Can you filter solid fuel like that? No, you cannot. Okay. This could work. Yeah, that looks clean. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That gives us a solid fuel buffer before the rest of it gets voided. Not soil, solid. Now I can switch them over. Yeah, I am very well aware. It is a trade-off that I think is worth it. Otherwise, we need to get like 50% more science out of it. But it's not a big deal. Although I don't know, I'm not sure how much power I was actually using. But I do plan to use accumulators, which we need to include in the design. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we can justify doing Gleba before this planet. It's possible, though. It's possible. Can I get 5 of these? If I can get 5 of these on this island, then we can do it second. Actually, how much do I need? We need, the plan is 1.5 per second. I think the total count is only like 6,500, right? Or no, is it 9,000? I think railguns also need it. Let's see, railguns need 2,000. Kilo needs 3,000. Is there any other tech? $500, 2,000, 2,000. That's 4,500. That makes it 7,500. And then the railguns add another 2,000 on top of that. So we need about, with prod modules, we need 9,500 divided by 2 divided by 1.4. We need 3,000. 1.5 per second is fine for that then. I mean, that would take like 40 minutes. But that might be fine. I'm not sure. It's either Gleba Fulgora Vulcanus or Fulgora Gleba Vulcanus. The advantage of doing this one first is I can aim for a lower science count. And maybe remove some modules if we're doing that. We should have a backup blueprint. Yeah, we do have black. Oh, this isn't the right blueprint. This isn't even the right blueprint. Fulgora with buffers. There we go. This is the better version. We'll just move that somewhere. It doesn't matter. That's the old version. If you go to Fulgora build, 1 will be enough. That does not sound right at all. You really think 0.3 science per second is enough? I guess it depends how long I expect the other phases to take. $3,000 divided by 2 divided by 1.5. That's like 3 hours. Sorry, 23 per minute. Wait, I said 0.3. Yeah. You only need 1 cave before a kilo. Yeah, but that's a 3-hour window. I mean, I guess it is possible this would all take like 3 hours, but that is a very, very low goal. We could do 2 though. But yeah, that's assuming it would take an hour on every single planet, which I feel like is a lot. I wonder if I can fit it on the closer island. I know this fits on the closer island. I just can't do 2 of them on here. I don't think I can make it slightly larger either. Actually, I might be able to make it a little bit larger. Oh, but this one needs more space, right? If we're doing it smaller, we need 2 of them. Inventory full. Of course it's full. Why is it always full? Okay. Fulgora with buffers. There we go. That's the correct one. Is that actually working? Yes, it is. Okay. We are trying to remove the boilers. Do it first. Shouldn't be terribly hard, but we definitely need it. And then we'll see what the actual production is if we have to redesign it like this. Why would that be combined? That would be each. Unless we don't need as much science as I'm thinking. But that would be a kilo gleba and a kilo all taking a full hour. Which, I mean, is possible, but I also want to aim higher than that. Yeah, let's see how this... I mean, I'm assuming this won't work that well. You'll have enough in 1 hour to unlock a kilo. Yeah, but I don't care about just unlocking a kilo. Like, there's like 7,000 more science, 9,000 science you need after a kilo. So, like, this is assuming that a kilo is taking 2 hours now in this situation. Right? Like, that's the assumption that you're making? That it would still be enough? It is 3.5k per even without prods. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about like research science. Yeah, but 3k, that's 3 hours. Wait, where did he get? Yeah, that's 3 hours. With prods, it would be 2 hours maybe. Why is this one not running? What's it blocked with? Oh, gear. Okay, I'm assuming these are power... Are they power limited? Do these have an infinity accumulator? They do, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm not skipping railgun. I have no plan to skip railgun this run. Well, we can consider that in the future. First run will not have railgun skip. So, we need more science. And more holmium. Okay, if we drop these down to... Can I combine them? This has a lot of power. What if we remove prods entirely? We could see how much we get out of this. Can I do speeds? Would that be worth it? Yeah, that takes very little power still. Although I don't think it's... I guess this the speed module doesn't really do anything. These probably are worth it. Maybe that could get like I don't know. We removed a lot of the power consumption, admittedly, just by removing those. That's where a good chunk of the power was. Okay, I don't think we need the productivity modules here. We're just gonna put efficiencies in everything and see how it works. Is there a way to get a constant flow of homion on for Fulgora, or is everything comes from scrap? Just everything comes from scrap. Okay, we need to wait for the storm. Oh wait, we don't have any accumulators. We should be able to get storms, right? Yeah. Means you just have to make more of these. Pretty much just always. Okay, what are these limited by? Oh. We don't have a chest. That's probably not the only problem. That's part of the problem. But it's definitely not the whole thing. I wonder what the total power consumption is. Yeah, mod in some Holmium patches, exactly. Is there anything else that we could save power on? I mean, you could technically save power on the drills, but I don't think those are that necessary. Also, I feel like we could use more lightning collectors. Okay, so we're water limited. That makes sense. That's why we had prod modules there. Okay. If we make this with heavy oil, it's a little bit easier. We don't need as much water. We still need some, though. We could try to add more accumulators. Because they're not terribly expensive. We could do like another row of them. Do we need a steam tank buffer? Would that help? No, we're just water limited. I wonder if we have this set up right. Oops. I guess if we're only doing the one, we can definitely afford more accumulators. Oh wait, no, we're not doing the one. I didn't like doing just the one. How many accumulators is this? 50? That's not a ton. I thought those would place like power poles. They do not. Okay, I deleted something there when I exited map view. Okay, we're just gonna place those. We could drop in water. It's not a good idea though. We could technically drop in water, but I shouldn't. Do we have something consuming a lot more power that I forgot about? I mean, that's consuming 900 kilowatts, but this was like the most important thing to prod. Either that or this one. I guess the beacon just existing does take up a lot of power. Could remove the prods from that as well. This shouldn't take power. Yeah, this doesn't take a considerable amount of power. How close is... I feel like this is close to enough accumulators. Like, I feel like we don't need a ton more and then we're good. Because honestly, 90 accumulators isn't isn't terrible, right? That's equivalent to 90 science. So I only lose... I mean, it loses me like 5 minutes of production. But it's not awful. Although without prod modules, this might work a lot worse. We'll see. Okay, what's our science production? That's really bad. Did not realize how much the prod modules are carrying us, huh? Oh, wait. Well, we just added power. We don't really have a long-term period to compare to. Why am I not getting copper? What's on the belt? Solid fuel is on the belt. That probably takes a long time. We could limit how much LDS we buffer. That's not a bad option, then that gets me more copper. I feel like I should be getting more copper out of this, though. Because we shouldn't be copper limited. What did I mess up? What did I break? Science. Okay, that's a lot. I was gonna say it's a lot more stable. Oh, until it runs out of power again. Okay. Maybe we should just do... I don't know, one of these just running, it does seem nicer than having like 5 of these. I wonder if we are planning to just do one. I do wonder how much can we fit on this starting island, because that... I think that simplifies a lot. Because if we can get enough of this here, everything's good. And then we can always do a second one, although we don't, strictly speaking, we don't need to, but I don't think we'd be able to get enough out of this on one island, because we only have, like, we only have 13 drills. There's no way we can get this on this planet. No, I mean, we could fit it on the island, it's just a little bit, I don't think worth it. I mean, it does save a lot of walking, but also it doesn't save a ton of walking. It saves a lot of walking, but also it doesn't save a lot of walking. We could do... I could technically use like this and then send it over here. I could make 2 of them next to each other and kind of combine the 2 scrap spots. That could work. So that has enough scrap. Honestly, this is a better patch. So if we can get enough from this island, that would probably be ideal. Is it paused? Oh, it's paused. We could fill the whole island with accumulators. That's not an option. Okay, let's see how this works. Because I like this medium-sized island. This seems very, very workable. And then we need an offshore pump, which I can never remember where it goes, despite, you know, having to build it every single run. I can never remember that. I mean, this definitely comes to life a lot faster than the heat exchanger design, or the heat tower design. How long does it take to get superconductor? It really takes a while to get copper. Why though? Why am I not getting copper? What gets me copper? Scrapping cables should get me enough copper. Right? Oh, 0.4. No, yeah, I need to scrap LDS. Yeah, I think we just need to scrap LDS a little bit earlier to make it work. Because yeah, once this comes online, we no longer get enough. That part seems to be alright. Are we getting enough light oil going into this? Yes, this uses 5. You do have a good point there. We could daisy chain boilers. That's not the problem that we have at all, but I do like the idea of it. Actually, water buffer is more useful than a steam buffer, I think. It does save a filter set. The only reason that I did this way is because then it lines up with my water pipe. But if we did it this way, how would I get the chest in here? It would need to go like this, right? This does not feel better. Yeah, something about this doesn't feel faster than just setting a filter. Because the thing is, we need the chest as a buffer. So yeah, I don't think it works too well. I do like it though. Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility we don't need the buffer chest. And then we'll probably do boiler. Okay. Steam. I think we can make do with 3. Actually, we can make do with 2. I don't think we gain anything from 3 of them. Oh, it might be worth doing 3. Let's see, these only produce 3 megawatts. What does this consume on average? 3-ish megawatts? Okay. That's all right. But again, we're not really producing anything right now, so it's kind of hard to say. Okay, so between the 2 of these, how much science are we producing? Nothing. Honestly, it probably is just worth doing Gleba first. The only problem with the heat exchanger is we do need to ship down a decent amount of solid fuel. But it does get us a lot more science, I feel. Okay, see, this one's running again now. Now what does it look like? See, now we're up to 23, but we also have 2 sets of these, so it should be... I feel like it should be higher. We're copper limited. We're still copper limited. That is so weird. I wonder why we were never copper limited on any of our tests. You know what it is? This buffer right here is new. So we're not scrapping electronic circuits as quickly as we used to. I bet that's why we're not getting copper. But the buffer is very nice. So I do think we need it. We're going to delete this. We're going to see how much just this one gives me. Production, science. I didn't realize the prods gave me that much. You scrap my circuits if you scrap mine. Honestly, it just when I was saying that out loud, it just sounds like I was slurring the word. That works, or mumbling the word. It works too well. We might do Gleba first. Gleba first also is easier because we don't need the red belt. So we do need to hand feed this probably... I'll probably feed it a stack of rocket fuel because that's already going to be on the ship. So that'll get it up to speed. Probably. Is 1 stack of rocket fuel enough? I think it is. We can do 2 if we really need it. Because we already have those on the shipment to send to... Actually, we wouldn't necessarily have them on the rocket at this point, but we could have them on the rocket if we really need. Okay, so this still needs accumulators because we did kind of just remove them completely. It wasn't the best plan to do that. These weren't connected. Not like they really did anything, but they weren't connected. Okay, and then we needed a dedicated gear filter, which it looks like we already have. Then I did add a circuit chest, which I think that's still a bad idea. It definitely was producing enough power at some point. I wonder if we accidentally had like a water issue. We could have had a water issue. Let's reduce our water requirement again. It doesn't do a ton, but it does improve our water a little bit. Heavy oil. And then that just feeds directly into that. And then we can remove this. What is this? That's the holmium belt, so we don't want to delete that. Okay. We need to figure out how many accumulators we need with this design. With the heating tower. We're always going to be water limited. So is there anything we can do to get more water? Actually, does Prod 2s harm us in this scenario? Like, do we get more power out of this than we lose? I'm not entirely sure. Because we consume more power with Prod 2s, but we also get, it goes from 12% to 18% productivity. So we get, was that 8% more power? No. 118 divided by 112, 5%. So we get 5% more water out of this. So as long as that doesn't increase our total power consumption by more than 5%, it's technically a net positive. Is that something we can consider? Oh, right. That's why we had the... I guess the same goes for this. There is a world where if we beacon... We might want to beacon there instead. Because I think beacons can actually increase the... I'm pretty sure beacons can increase the power efficiency of a machine by making it run for less time. So like this consumes 80% more power, but it also runs almost twice as fast, which means it doesn't actually consume more power per action or per craft. So this might be a better design. Okay, I swear this was working before. I wonder if we had more... I mean, I guess technically I did have more scrap. We have run out of scrap a little bit, so I think I'm going to spawn some, because we've been running this test for a while. We're just going to brush on a solid layer of scrap with an intensity of infinite. There we go. Let's see if it works better with two of these, with 2 drills. I doubt that's our bottleneck, but maybe to some degree it is. I wonder, like, can you do a local power network? No, that wouldn't do anything. Do we just need more accumulators? Let's try. Let's try 100 accumulators, see how that works. Because even with the heat tower, this still isn't working that well. Where can we save power, I guess is the question. This is making that cost a lot more. And I don't gain much out of it. Is there any way I can shift this over to not affect that beacon? Yes. Not really, but also kind of. Because I only really want to beacon this one. This one doesn't necessarily need to be beaconed. So if I move this, if I move the beacon here, I think it works. So that way we're not unnecessarily beaconing these, which saves us like half a megawatt. That has prod modules. This has prod modules. Would efficiency beacons be worth it? Probably not, right? No, well, okay, there are probably some worlds where it could be. Like right here, this is a power consumption of 5 times. If we put an efficiency beacon, it saves 2 megawatts. So it does save more than the beacon, which counts for something. Okay, that's ready to launch. I wonder if it ever is going to move. This was definitely working, yes. What was the difference? I feel like maybe the difference was just that when I was testing it, I had just a little bit more water backed up, so it didn't like keep running out. Oh wait, these are set to scrap water right now. Wait. These are set wrong. That makes so much more sense. Okay, we've been scrapping almost half of our ice, probably. Does that mean that... Was that the problem here, too? Oh my gosh. Okay, well... I see now why my design was a lot worse than it was supposed to be. We shouldn't feed it through that. We should feed it through the recycler. We can't feed it through the recycler. Okay, well, we can feed it through this belt. Okay. Well, we learned. That should not be scrapping that either. What the heck? Okay, I thought we learned. It's still not set up properly. Although it could be because that's just out of power and it just hasn't reset it. Why is that getting a scrap filter? Oh my god. Okay, it doesn't cause a problem. It's reading the... yeah, it's reading the drill. But that doesn't have any downside. That's kind of funny. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, well, it turns out you have a lot more ice when you don't get rid of literally half of it. Who would have thought? Hello, Binary Dragon. Welcome, welcome. It works so much better now. It runs so much more consistently. Actually, is that an exaggeration? Hold up. We were scrapping up to 90% of our water. I just wasted like 20 minutes trying to rebalance power when I was scrapping almost all of our power. I mean, it still is a problem because obviously this design isn't running even with the heat exchanger. This one is running though. This one's running really stably. What's our production now? Okay, so between the two of them, we're producing 23 per minute. So I might be able to get away with this if we do a kilo first. Or if we do a gleba. If we do this before gleba, we should be fine. I think we need the ability to scrap somewhere here to prevent deadlocks. I don't know. We have enough scrapping points, but I feel like we could use... I feel like we could use one more. The real challenge is to make sushi work without filter circuits. That is not happening. There's no benefit to that. Okay, I think we can fit one more in here. Tice, if you're still here, we found a use. We found a use for your chained. I found a way to fit in a chained inserter. Fantastic. That fits so well there. I actually really like that. Okay, so we need to watch this and see how many accumulators we need. There's no benefit to what? I would firmly disagree. There's if we're designing something for a speed run, usually it's because there's a benefit to it. There are a couple where it's just for fun, but usually things have a purpose. We're trying to figure out how many accumulators we need right now with boilers to run this sustainably. This is working really well. But yeah, that is an important benefit. And now I will say, the benefit is sometimes it's not as hard, so it's not like a measurable benefit, but it is still a benefit. Like it's a pro, but it's not usually a benefit in terms of like cost savings or anything you can tally. Finite, discrete, is discrete the right word? Or what's the word for like countable? Is that just tangible? Yes. Thank you. Countable. I guess there's a lot of words. Yeah, countable also just works, huh? That's just a word that I can use. Okay, I think we can afford to do prod 2s here again. What's the word for countable? I believe it's countable. Shh, I thought there was a fancier word, okay? Yes, I could make a second one. So if this isn't enough, we can just make 2. I'm just trying to figure out like what the size is. Measurable. Okay, so there's like 1,000 words. Got it. There's like 1,000 words I could have used to describe the word countable. And the word is countable. Ooh, wait, this is, these could technically all fit prods in them and still have, I think, counter. Quantifiable, that's a good one. That might be the fancy one that I was thinking of. I mean, maybe fancy is the wrong word. You know, if I bring efficiency 2s, that could be worth it. I wonder if this can still work. First, when I spelled it right, true. How about it's bijective to the natural numbers? Oh, now we're just getting real fancy. What's that? Oh, yeah, okay. That's in this run, yes. You meant for other runs, you're no stranger doing things for the heck of it. Very fair. Okay, I thought you were referring to these builds. Yeah, I do that all the time in my main runs. I don't think I can justify quality. Now, I have seen anti-elites gets quality holmium plates to bring to a kilo, which is a very interesting idea. But I don't currently have plans to use quality for the first attempt. I think there are... You can reduce the size of your spaceship a little bit, but you can also just, if you use quality stuff, but you can also just build a slightly bigger base in the same amount of time and then just build a bigger spaceship. So it's hard to say if it's worth setting up the quality in that in that situation. Okay, this is a much more stable version, I think. We do have to cut off this one. I mean, this one's pretty stable too. But let's decon this one. We'll place it here. We'll see how much we produce on average now. See, it's really bad. It is stable, but that's so low. We would need 2 of these. Why was the other one producing 23? The only quality that matters is the grabbers. Honestly, I don't think the grabbers are that important. It's really the furnaces. Because, like, grabbers, you can make do with, like, 1 or 2. Whereas furnaces, like, if you can like, remove, like, you'd have to get pretty lucky, but, you know, you can remove, like, 2 furnaces, probably, with quality. I don't know if you'd be able to remove an entire grabber. Because I think the benefit would be if you could remove an entire, like, 9 tiles of foundation. Probably 15%. Yeah, uncommon pistols, true. Oh, wait. Is that why science production was low? That might be running on a buffer. We'll see. If this can get 15, 2 of these would work well. Furnace, just put a quality in a machine, a novice that goes to purple will give you the furnace. It's not so much like getting the furnaces in time. It's more, do I care about microing the furnaces enough to put like a tier 2 quality in it? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we just ship up iron, we don't need many furnaces, and then we definitely don't need quality. It's really only the space science one, which would probably have automated furnaces. So it's producing about 10. I guess because we lose like 4, we lose like 3 sets of prod bonuses. Wait, you can get quality blueprints? Oh my god, there's no way to automate that though, is there? You would just have to sit there and manually blueprint this. Space science can run... Oh, you're right. It's only 1 furnace. It's 5 assemblers. I was thinking 5 assemblers, 1 furnace. Or 5 furnaces, 1 assembler, but it's the other way around. Alright, we can feed it rocket fuel. We'll have that. What the heck? Why do I keep exiting that? Is this the correct version? Yes, this is the correct version. We have none of the wrong scrappers. Perfect. Oh, and then we put dedicated geared cable scrappers. Very good. Actually, interesting. It's less it's less insane if you don't look at it on times 64 speed. Actually, no, it visually looks the exact same. I actually think it looks worse on normal. But yeah, it does change the recipes every tick. So it is a bit rough in that regard. This probably is why we're not getting copper. We're just getting rid of it. What if I do this? I think that would be a better idea. Because it still reduces the amount of resources we get pretty significantly. Because, like, having a dedicated scrapper is really good for getting iron. I might even just be able to move one of these to be gears and the other one to be wire. And then we can remove this one and set this back to random. That might be fine. Probably 2. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm thinking 2. Because it's like 60 science per second per platform, right? If you don't have like a really wide platform. Why is this production so bad? Actually, why is the production so bad? Where are all the circuits at? Okay, so we don't get circuits until it starts crafting like red chips. Which gives us circuits, copper, and plastic. How much science are we getting? Actually, did we shut off the other one? No, okay, so this one is still running. We know that produces about 10, so if we subtract it, that gives us the value we have. Yeah, this isn't working as well as it was. I think I changed something and don't remember exactly what I changed. With low asteroid science, it's hard. Your design is unique with transformable platforms, and you use 3. You probably saw it. I might have. I'm not sure. I haven't paid that much attention to the designs. But yeah, I might have to do 3. I'm imagining because this is going to be like entirely unpracticed, I'll probably just do 2 for the first one. The only reason we're making designs is so I can do it in a single day. Otherwise, we would just go in blind. Okay, this is running a lot more consistently now. So I think it just takes a bit before it starts getting circuits, and then it starts backing up, and then it's good. Okay, yeah. Now that's up to like 27, 28. I don't know. It's not as stable as it was. What is it missing now? I wonder if I'm accidentally scrapping holmium. I mean, I don't have any competitive ability anymore. I wouldn't worry about that. My run will be very easy to beat. Do we need a holmium buffer? Am I accidentally scrapping holmium? No, there's no way. It has to get up to 20 for that. Oh, we don't have a concrete chest. I feel like I should have a concrete chest, right? Because that's just wasting... That's just wasting uptime. Although concrete isn't a significant portion of it. Holmium ore shouldn't be in the filters. For the... You're talking about the right side, right? It's so incredibly like it feels so incredibly unlikely for holmium to be there. A buffer chest would make it impossible. I very much doubt that. I really am not fast anymore. Novice is going to be like 4 hours. Probably. How much electrolyte do I use? Prod modules and electrolyte is a good idea. Well, maybe not a good idea. It's an idea. Don't know if we have the energy for that. Does not look like we have the energy for that. Where is it getting iron ore? Oh, from the concrete. This actually produces a lot more concrete than I thought. Oh, wow, that is a lot of concrete. Okay. When setting up the base, think about the legendary armor and filling it up. Yeah, for 100%, that sounds awful. Did we shut the other one off yet? No, we did not. Okay, let's shut this one off. Actually, let's just remove the science assembler. There we go. Wait, I removed it from the wrong one. The wrong planet. Or the wrong island. This is supposed to produce 23. What's different? What did I accidentally break? Interesting. Is that related? I don't know if that's related. That might have just happened. Okay, the concrete might be an issue. We might have to craft down concrete, I'm not sure. Or do more chests for them. You got stuck on the Holmium legendary. Legendary Holmium seems... Actually, Legendary Holmium doesn't sound that bad if you use a foundry. Although you would lose a lot. You would throw out a lot of it. But, you know, if you just use a foundry, it's easy. Okay, it's finally working. Okay, so you did use that. This is working close to its full speed. Did I change something and just forget about it? Do I have one that... Why are they so different? This might be the wrong blueprint. Maybe I said the wrong blueprint. Best way to get legendary holmium is probably recycling superconductors. Yeah, upcycling stuff is so nice. Although the batteries are kind of annoying. Oh wait, superconductors. Yeah, because plastic's really easy to get. Copper is probably pretty easy to get. Yeah, any crafting step is nice. Are there other things that require holmium plates? Lithium? Can you use lithium? What does lithium scrap into? It probably scraps into lithium, right? Yeah. Superconductors recycle into superconductors? Really? Oh. Oh, it's because its components have plastic, maybe? I don't know. I don't really understand how those work, to be honest. Okay, this uses a lot less a lot fewer batteries. Not as many batteries. Okay, so maybe I can say this produces 18. So our choice is to go to Gleba first and do like 4 of these. Maybe we could probably make do with 3 of these. Or we go to Fulgora first and use boilers. Favorite planet? Honestly, I really liked Gleba. I had a lot of fun with Gleba. Unironically. The random scrapping is so fun. Though it's not working right now for some reason. Oh. That's why. Why Gleba first? So Gleba would get me heat towers. And if I get heating towers, I can use a heating tower here, which makes my water almost 3 times more efficient. So I get a lot more power on Fulgora. And that's the only reason. You also need more Gleba science than you need other sciences. But I think it would be easier to double Gleba than it would be to double other planets. So I could always... Do it. Least favorite for the speedrun? I haven't done the run, so I don't know. Probably a kilo, because a kilo is boring. It's just importing like a small amount of resources and building a base that with a ton of heat pipe. Or a kilo is not good though. It's really bad. Because I kept building it. It was like, oh, that's all we needed. And then I'm like, oh, right. I forgot literally 80% of the machines. And then that happened, you know, until it was about 4 times bigger. Volcanus, Gleba. I mean, it was a pretty stable, like 20 science per minute. So I'd say that it does produce what I expected. Now that we fixed it. It might be worth it to do concrete recycling. Because I could fit an assembler awkwardly off to the side somewhere. Like here. Probably. You think suggest the run planets where you need the most for armor? This is an any percent run. We don't need armor. Oh, okay, technically I do have to kill a demolisher, so I do need power armor. Ooh, that was epic music. But that has nothing to do with it being any percent. That has to do with me wanting to get the 40-hour achievement during this run as well. So that complicates it a little bit. But, you know, normally I would not have to fight a demolisher. But I do in this case. Okay, so yeah, our option is Gleba first, and we do 2 of these, or Volcanus Fulgora first, and we do 1 of these, or 2 of these. Sorry, 2 of these, or 3 of these, probably. A Demolisher I can do remote. That is not really accurate. Not with the resources I have. Demolisher is very difficult. Well, not very difficult. Demolisher is a little bit difficult. I can't realistically take care of it remotely with the technologies that I'll have at that point. I won't have turrets. I won't have enough ammo. Like, you can do it remotely. You can't do it remotely if you're not bringing those resources. So the time it would take for me to, like, get those resources over there and set up a trap, I think is less time than it will take for me to just go out and fight a demolisher. A railgun turret. How do you propose I get a railgun turret before a kilo? I have to kill the demolisher before I can get any science from Volcanus, because like the tungsten is inside the demolisher zone, so we have to fight the demolisher like first thing if we want you know, the resource. You can't get enough from rocks to get the science. I mean, you can, but you'd be mining for a really long time. It would take you'd have to mine like every rock in this to get to a kilo. Technically, I could get enough, which is probably what we'll do in Burner Hundo if we end up doing that. So that way I can say I didn't technically need to big electric drills. Yes, the one that frees up the ore patch. We're not just killing it for fun. We're killing it so we can do the run. It's not just a fun thing. Or just not like a side goal. Did you think I was talking about this achievement? Because I don't care about that one. We'll get that one later in our casual run. This is probably the better design. It's a lot cheaper. We just need more of them. But I think we can make this work. So I'm thinking we paste like 3 of these on the small island. We can import some uranium rounds. I won't really have the uranium rounds by then. They also don't deal as much damage as you'd expect when you don't have many military researches. But yeah, it's It's adding a lot of overhead to craft uranium rounds and bring them over. You can kill a demolisher with like 25 turrets of yellow. I'm not going to have that much ammo though. I could realistically bring in 100 ammo without it taking more time than it would take to just poison capsule in it. 200? Okay, that's not that. I might be able to make that work then. Do you know what tech you need for that though? Like how many damage upgrades? Because I could realistically get up to probably 4 by the time I get to Volcanus. Maybe 5. I think I could get up to 4. Yeah, we could do the combo. I mean, honestly, Poison Capsule plus like 1 stack of turrets with like 100 ammo in them probably is decent. The only problem with combining the strats is that it's kind of difficult. I feel like it's kind of messy to combine them. Because once you place the turrets, you aggro the demolisher. That doesn't give you that much time to set up the poison capsule wall. But we could practice. I'm gonna take a blueprint of this. This is Fulgora second, 23 science per minute. Then the other option is this one. And I really feel like we can get 2 of these. But we can't. It feels like we can, but we obviously can't. But I think we can get one of them here. Now, they all need heavy oil, I think. 1 drill demolisher, a few chunks before, drop down the turret and fill them up. They make a good cloud between you and the demolisher. Yeah, I guess as long as I just give myself a large enough gap, it's probably fine. In my mind, I'm placing these immediately, like 2 feet from the demolisher to speed things up, but it probably doesn't take long to aggro him. We need a pump. That's what we needed. But I think we fixed... Well, I fixed this in the right word. But I think we adapted this to be Fulgora first, which is good. And it looked like it was sustainably producing enough resources. Not a lot by any means, but it was sustainably producing enough. And then we have... I think I liked it better with 1 doing gears and 1 doing wire. Because I feel like those are things I need a lot of. And I want to make sure they're actually scrapped and not voided like the original design was doing. So that should give me enough iron. We can't realistically produce battery. Well, we can't produce batteries in a way that matters, I guess. We can technically produce batteries, but we don't gain anything out of it, and it's a lot of work to set up. I'm surprised. Yeah, this needs very few accumulators. Although, I don't know if it's still starting or not. This is only producing 10 now. I think we just decon something. I don't know, I'm gonna assume it will work eventually. I don't know if that's a fair assumption, but it is the assumption that I am currently making. If I had to guess, we have to fill up a lot of buffers, internal buffers, before everything starts working full speed. Oh my gosh, wait. Never mind, I think I figured it out. Is this one of those... Oh wait, this is like an actual mod. This isn't just something in the background. I was thinking it just added something to the background of the planet. Like a cool moon. Okay, we need a little bit more accumulators on this, but I don't think we need a lot more. Like that is a lot more, and that should be sufficient. Huh. Why are they emptying unevenly? Are those not connected? Somehow? That's probably fine. Yeah, I'm sure this works okay. This is outside of protection range, but that is not a problem. Okay, I think I've left it run long enough. It seems to be averaging 10. Okay, well, let's just do 2 of these and see how it works. We could fit it... Honestly, we can fit it here. Because we don't actually need a silo on the second one if we have a belt connecting the two, because we can kind of combine them. So if we just have a yellow belt connecting these, that wouldn't be that hard to set up. Because we don't want bots transporting stuff, I don't think. And then we'll need after... it's technically working. I mean, it's a cheaty way of making it work, but it does technically work. And then if they share power, that should help a lot with averaging out. Our science production has not increased at all. For some reason. Is it just because it takes a bit to get set up? I wonder if we connect them. If we connect them, is it easier? Sure. That's an unrealistic amount of collectors, but I don't think it's inherently an issue. Okay. Oh, wait. This doesn't work. We accidentally deleted it with the silo. That makes so much more sense. Okay, so now it takes 2. So if we use boilers, we actually have to do twice as many. But neither of these are particularly expensive. So I think we can live with that. And then we can probably fit a third one here. That will give us enough science. It won't run for that long, but I think it'll give us enough science. Yeah, I think that's a good goal. So yeah, we'll do these. We'll do Fulgora first. I think if we can get up to like, if we can get up to 0.3 science per second. Wait. No, 0.4. What is 30 science per minute? 0.5 science per second. If we can get up to 0.5 science per second, I'll be content. We also do need to buffer plates, which we haven't really done. But I think we can just kind of make another one of these and then cut off the science assembler, and then we're good. So maybe we make 2 or 3 of these, and then one of them splits half of the holmium. But it shouldn't be a huge problem. But that's it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow with Rotten World. We just got to bots, so that was fun. We're gonna try to finish that up, or at least get to a point where bots are sustainably repaired. Right now, they're kind of not doing that great. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.